Greetings to the anointed. They made an effort to ignore you, bury you, and quiet you. But God had other ideas. He multiplied you. There are now as many of you as there are stars in the sky. Greetings, selected ones. You're not just here. What if I told you that you continue to rise despite the world's best efforts to keep you down? Or that the trip isn't limited to a single player? More people than you can ever realize are out there. All of them experiencing the same unwavering pull and unquestionable calling. Here's an interesting fact. Amid a sea of randomness, the human brain is designed to recognize patterns and relationships. You're not dreaming if you've ever had the impression that you're seeing more individuals who share your thoughts, questions, and feelings. God is increasing those who have been set aside and assembling His people. The irony is that people who disregarded you are now beginning to see how large the army of the selected has become. So fasten your seatbelt. This is not about being little, remaining silent, or blending in. This is a new sort of power emerging, and it's only getting started. The cosmos also has a wicked sense of humor, so don't worry. Just see how it transforms those who believe they could obstruct your path. First, increased purpose rather than ego. The increase in selected ones is about something far more profound, almost incomprehensible, than bolstering egos or gaining followers. These individuals have a mission, a calling that flows through them like a river. For the majority, it does not include ostentatious titles, prestigious jobs, or material accolades. Actually, just by looking, you wouldn't be able to tell they were selected. They are the ones who observe and live in silence until their mission requires them to do differently. They stand forward because they have to, as if drawn by a force greater than anything civilization could provide, not because they want the attention. Chosen ones are here to make a difference, to alter the way the world functions, even if it is just by sowing doubt about the status quo. They are here to reveal what is concealed and to pull back the curtains on illusions that people were unaware existed. They have a difficult and demanding mission. Most of them are aware of this. They have probably been rejected and isolated since they don't want a pleasant existence. It seems as if the earth is resisting their attempts to break the chain of events. However, they have a stronger internal drive to persevere through every challenge, allowing the purpose to triumph over the adversity. They are individuals with quiet power and a draw towards something that others find difficult to comprehend. They are not heroes in the conventional sense, complete with medals or trophies. Instead of followers, they want people to notice, think, and experience what they do. Their goal is to become change agents, whether or not anybody is listening, not to become well-known or admired. The second is a unifying change in awareness. The chosen ones have been feeling alienated and unwelcome in a world that doesn't understand them for years. They have been the ones who constantly question everything, who find it difficult to settle down, and who are unable to resist the feeling that something fundamental is lacking from the routine that others live by. This caused them to feel alienated for a long time, as if their perspective of the world was unique to them. Now, however, something is changing. These people seem to be beginning to fit together, like the parts of a jigsaw. Their paths are magnetically drawing them together, which is why they are discovering each other. This is a more profound, uniting change that transcends words, rather than a fad or movement. They have something in common that goes beyond just views or ideas. It's a distinct frequency, an energy that can identify itself in other people. A higher level of consciousness that has been latent and waiting for the appropriate individuals to come together is seemingly unlocked when two or more selected ones join. This isn't your normal connection. Rather, it's a resonance and a recognition that transcends the norm. They find validation in this resonance, not from fitting in, but from knowing they're not the only one who has a distinct perspective on the world. Their impact grows in unexpected ways as more chosen ones get in touch. Their combined energy forms an indestructible network that is almost undetectable to the outside world. It doesn't have to yell to be heard. It's a subtle strength that is growing in the background. People are drawn together for reasons they feel they understand better than others. And this kind of oneness transcends common categories. The third is the ability to break illusions with insight. The selected ones are distinguished not just by their intellect or intuition, but also by their unwavering capacity to see through the delusions that the majority of people take for granted. They become aware of the contradictions, the false pretenses, and the facades that society maintains to keep everyone in line from a young age. They are aware of how the media manipulates them, how advertisements make empty promises, and even how societal norms subtly influence their thoughts, behaviors, and way of life. They can't just disregard these things, however, unlike most. Though it doesn't make life simpler, it's comparable to having superpowers. Rather, it causes individuals to view the world with an uncomfortably sharp clarity, like staring into a bright light. Although they often seem cynical to others, their capacity to dispel illusions does not make them cynical. They can't ignore the lies they witness, not because they wish to reject everything. They wonder what the culture's fixation on looks, the never-ending pursuit of wealth and prestige, and the desire for outside approval signify. They see them as diversions, structures intended to keep people occupied and distracted from what matters most. They can't follow something they know to be hollow. Therefore, they don't resist for the sake of rebelling. They are often separated from other people by their knowledge, but it also liberates them. They have advanced to the point where they are unaffected by what is deemed socially acceptable or popular. They are both blessed and burdened by this independence. Instead, than seeing the world as it is, they see it for what it is. It gives them a sense of authenticity and inner power that few can match, but it also makes them feel like outsiders. Even if it causes discomfort, their purpose is to open people's eyes and lead them into the light, not to fit in. Write Amen for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. The fourth factor is the ability to upset systems. To bring about change, the selected ones don't have to assault the gates or start revolutions. Just by being themselves, individuals cause disruptions to systems. Their genuineness, the way they live in accordance with their principles, is strong enough to subvert established hierarchies of power that profit from manipulation, exploitation, and deceit. These systems rely on obeying orders without inquiry, on people who follow the rules, stay in line, and support the status quo. The selected ones, however, don't conform to this pattern and don't believe the lies that support these systems. They are impervious to deceptive rhetoric, hollow assurances, and the type of superficial objectives that keep most people in a rut. They are so powerful because of their subtle defiance. They reveal the flaws in the systems around them just by being themselves and refusing to compromise their truth. The systems established to uphold these ideals begin to erode when a sufficient number of individuals give up pursuing wealth, position, or approval from others. By avoiding interaction, refusing to be swayed, and demonstrating an alternate lifestyle to others, they cause disruption. People around them are forced to examine their own lives and consider what they are supporting because of their mere existence. This passive resistance grows with time. Even if the selected individuals have no intention of bringing about change, their example spreads. People begin to wonder why they're sacrificing so much of themselves when they see more and more people living freely and truthfully. When enough people start to live free from the grip of dishonest institutions, those systems begin to fall apart. Not with a loud explosion, but with a slow unwinding. The selected ones embody this change, a force that subverts just by being, a silent force that subverts everything without uttering a word. The fifth is truth's magnetic attraction. When those who are selected talk, it's more than simply words. It's a frequency, a kind of truth that has significance that goes far beyond appearances. Their words have a unique resonance, a pull that isn't only pleasant to hear or momentarily grab attention. Rather, it penetrates deeply within people, bringing to life something that has been dormant for years behind layers of fear, conformity, and societal conditioning. This influence transcends charm and persuasiveness. It is the force of genuineness, unadulterated and unrepentant, reaching into people's darkest corners. They are not forcing this magnetic attraction. Rather, it is a result of their own connection with truth. They only communicate what's true to them. They have no interest in impressing or controlling others. By doing this, they provide a way for others to embrace their own truths. Their words act as a mirror, reflecting back the repressed aspects of those who want for freedom and expression. Some people may even feel challenged or confronted by it, so it's not a pleasant experience for everyone. However, it's like a door opening for those who are prepared to listen. Something inside of them starts to change when they hear a chosen one speaking from this true place. The goal is to ignite a more profound revolution that starts from inside, not to persuade or convert. The traditional frameworks that individuals have based their lives on are being steadily dismantled by these subtle but powerful internal revolutions. The selected ones become change agents by exemplifying change, rather than by calling for it. Their unvarnished voices are like a cry to action, arousing souls and motivating people to take charge of their own lives in a world where truth is often veiled, diluted, or filtered. Their truth's magnetism reawakens people, not merely draws them in. Sixth, strengthened by togetherness, fashioned by solitude. The selected one's route has often been characterized by isolation, a necessary and taxing path that eliminates illusions and diversions. Since they never exactly fit the traditional pattern, many of them have experienced hatred, rejection, and misunderstanding. This seclusion is not a coincidence. Rather, it contributes to their unique resilience and clarity. Being alone forces them to face who they really are, to look inside and find strength instead of depending on approval from others. They develop a ferocious independence that no shallow connection could ever replace, as they learn to rely on themselves. However, something has changed recently. These people are coming together, and their solidarity is distinct from any typical social connection or relationship. They seem to be tuning into a same frequency, a resonance, a link that transcends simple explanation. This isn't about networking or creating social circles for financial advantage. Rather, it's about identifying something unique, meaningful, and genuine in one another. When they are with others who understand them, they don't feel the need to hide any aspect of who they are, or feel the need to explain themselves. Additionally, they are empowered by an implicit understanding that transcends language, rather than by numerical data. Because it is based on genuine respect for one another and a common goal, this unity is strong. They see a mirror of their own journeys in one another. Thus, they don't need to engage in shallow conversation or small chat. They establish a kind of relationship that goes beyond conventional notions of friendship in a society that often seems superficial. Collectively, they generate a force of collective consciousness, a subtle but powerful energy that gives them all strength. Born out of loneliness but strengthened by a common goal, this unity serves as a foundation and an unbreakable link that inspires each person to do more than they ever imagined they could on their own. Type Amen to embrace the angel's blessings. Show your support by giving super thanks up to $20. Seventh, spiritual rebels, not social outlaws. The selected ones are not rebelling to make a statement or for the excitement of being unique. Their resistance is a reaction to an inseparable interior reality that goes much deeper. They are motivated by an unwavering inner compass that rejects a society based on lies, flimsy ideals, and hollow promises. These individuals find it hard to conform, even though other people may follow social rules in order to fit in. Because of their ability to see through the layers of dishonesty and illusion that others take for granted, they find it difficult, if not impossible, to sacrifice who they are in order to fit in. Their silent reluctance to engage with a system that doesn't align with their basic beliefs is what constitutes their revolt. It is not social. They don't spend time or effort on pointless gestures or attempting to overthrow an attention-hungry society. They retreat inside instead, establishing their own foundation, following their own set of guidelines, and prioritizing honesty above acceptability. This is an act of creation rather than retaliation. They are more concerned with establishing a new reality that is consistent with truth, integrity, and a more profound sense of purpose than they are with demolishing the current structures. They consider themselves as the creators of something significant, even if society deems them misfits or outcasts. Their goal is to provide a path ahead that others may follow once they see how empty the existing system is, not to blend in. They are rebels because they are builders, not because they are unhappy. By demonstrating an alternative way, they encourage others to see it instead of pressuring them to change. This increases the power of their revolt, which is driven by vision rather than hatred, and by the bravery to start something from scratch rather than rejection. They possess an energy that cannot be purchased or taken. This brings us to number 8. The energy of the selected is different from the ideals that most people strive for. These people are utterly unimpressed by riches, status symbols, and external manifestations of achievement, in contrast to others. Their strength originates from inside, an innate energy derived from their experiences, resiliency, and an unwavering sense of self. It is not something that can be obtained or shown. It's a quality that no one else can duplicate, money cannot purchase, and position cannot confer. Their value system is completely different, based on spiritual power and authenticity rather than monetary rewards. Thus, they don't depend on the conventional indicators of success. By acting as a natural barrier, this inner energy prevents individuals from falling into the same surface traps as others. They are not influenced by fads, social pressures, or the allure of outside approval because they are rooted in something more profound. They are the exception in a society that often connects value with material belongings, serving as a reminder that genuine strength is imperceptible to the naked sight, but evident in its presence. Even if they are unable to express it verbally, others around them are able to sense a depth that cannot be faked or taken. As they interact with others who have the same frequency, the force only becomes stronger. This energy is amplified when they come into contact with one another, producing a potent resonance. Their souls seem to know one another, enhancing their power in ways that transcend reason. When combined, they provide a magnetic field of bravery, sincerity, and resiliency, an elusive yet indisputable presence that can inspire and elevate everyone they come into contact with. This is far deeper than power in the traditional sense. It's the type of energy that changes not just people, but also the environments in which they live. Number 9. Strong in purpose, yet unconcerned about validation. It is amazing how the selected may be totally unaffected by both praise and condemnation. They are completely different from most individuals, who are motivated by the desire for recognition, acceptance, or the fear of being judged. They are focused on achieving a greater cause, a mission that is much beyond the realm of human judgment, rather than winning praise or avoiding criticism. They are unaffected by whether the world cheers them on at every turn or chastises them mercilessly. They are traveling on a holy mission that doesn't need approval from the system they are trying to change. Their tenacity stems from an unwavering internal conviction, a knowledge that their mission is ageless and holy, rather than from outside support or the need to earn favor. They already know they are on the correct track. Therefore, They have little interest in proving it to others or getting confirmation. This explains their steadfast commitment. Their sense of self-worth cannot be diminished by criticism or inflated by praise. They are motivated by a cosmic calling that transcends human perspectives and cannot be disregarded or changed by transient assessments. They are able to operate with remarkable clarity and concentration because of their disengagement from outside validation. They may take risks and make tough choices without the crowd's support. Their purpose is considerably more significant than meeting other people's expectations. Their confidence that they are carrying out a higher purpose, one that is predetermined rather than limited by human limitations, is what gives them strength. They are so unstoppable and undeterred by the factors that normally govern human action because of their unwavering sense of divine guidance. All that counts to them is that they are here for something far greater than what is seen. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. The ability to see with clairvoyance is number 10. An astonishing gift, a collective clairvoyance that enables them to glimpse the future with stunning accuracy, becomes more evident as the chosen ones continue to assemble and bolster their numbers. They seem to have access to an invisible energy source that enables them to predict events before they happen and to detect changes in the atmosphere before they are even apparent. Understanding the underlying currents of reality, the unseen patterns that most people overlook, is what this talent is all about. Not just making predictions about the future. They are able to identify the delicate motions of destiny and the unseen forces at work in every given scenario because their awareness is like a finely tuned radar. They see things, often with such clarity, that it appears as if the cosmos has revealed its secrets only for them, and their enhanced vision extends well beyond intuition. They are able to identify deception and manipulation well before they get entrenched. Therefore, they have no chance. They respond quickly to prevent themselves and others from becoming victims of these forces because they are aware of the warning indications, or red flags, of hidden objectives. They have a remarkable capacity to separate fact from fiction, almost as if they are getting information from a higher level that discloses the intents and motivations of people in their immediate vicinity. The fact that this gift increases as their collective expands is even more remarkable. Their vision becomes more acute the more they link, creating a network of consciousness that is much greater than any one person could ever grasp. When combined, they form a force that sees not only what is, but also what may be, operating on a plane that is higher than space and time. Their clairvoyant vision serves as a barrier for everyone they come into contact with, protecting them from the unseen dangers that the outside world often places. It is not only a tool for their own benefit. They constantly stay 10 steps ahead of the competition thanks to their foresight, which becomes a gift for everyone, not just themselves.